Alright, today is a special day for me because battling boxers are finally in the game. Well, the support. Been waiting a while. I originally thought they were going to come out last month, but then they didn't, and I was like, I might be waiting months before they come. Then it got leaked, it was coming in April pack, but it's March. It came out probably a week or 2 weeks early. I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. This is going to be my main deck for a long time. I love battling boxers. I love boxing. Boxing is my favorite style of fighting. My favorite sport with the UFC or MMA that's how it's called. So yeah, I'm going to get this deck into tier 1 master rank 100%. But look, this isn't about how or why I love this deck. It's about battling boxer combos. But before I do, I'm going to do a quick deck profile because this isn't the official one. I usually do them at the end of the season, so I'll probably do another deck profile at the end of April because things may change, different card techs and so on. But this is what I've been testing on like simulators. Whenever looking at Battlin Boxer combos, they never did any that went into Promethean Princess, and that always made me wonder, it's a fire monster. Battlin Boxers are fire. Why don't you try and get into it? So I was just thinking of ideas how to do it with Battlin Boxers, and I did, and that's what I'm going to show you today. A lot of people think Promoter is your must play. He's your go-to guy, which he is an amazing one-card combo, but he's not my first choice. Depending on my hand, if I have Uppercutter and Promoter and maybe another, and let's say Sparrer, I'm gonna go with Uppercuts and Sparrer over Promoter. The combo is just, it gives you a much better end board. Let's quickly do the deck profile. 2 Renaud, 3 Maxi, 3 Ash, 2 Ghost Spell, 1 Glassjaw, 3 Sparrer, 1 Switch Hitter, 1 Shadow, 3 Sakitama. Actually, I'll explain this one quickly. If you do use Promoter or Switch Hitter, you can't special summon anything else besides Battlin Boxers. Luckily for Sakitama, it's a normal summon. So as long as you have another Battling Boxer, you can normal summon them both. And King Dempsey is just 2 generic level 4s. Instant access to King Dempsey. 3 Uppercutter, 3 Chief Second, 3 Promoter, and 1 Nibiru. That's all the monsters. 1 Rotor, 2 Durandal, 2 Called By, 1 Crossout, 3 Imperms, 1 Flamvel, and 1 Battling Boxer Cross Counter. There's an amazing amount of non-engine cards in this deck, which I love. 12 hand traps and all 3 of the protection cards. I originally had 11 hand traps. I used to have the Battling Boxer Monster Reborn, but I've taken out for now. I want to test an extra Ghost Bell just because I think Labyrinth will be strong now. And of course, Snake Eyes do special summon from the graveyard with Flamberge. So I wanted an extra hand trap over another extender because this deck has a lot of extenders. Extra deck, I'm testing the Utopic package with Gagaga, 1 Lead Yoke, 1 105, 1 Exciter Knight. If you go second, it could be easy destruction. 1 Nova, 2 King Dempsey, love the art. I wish they made a card sleeve on this. 1 Kaiser and 1 Zeus since it's XYZ deck. Now for the links that will help us get into Promethean Princess. 1 I sold, 1 Flame Swordsman, the Promethean Princess, and the big ass whale. Now again, if you do want me to go and explain why these card choices, I will do another deck profile again after at least 1 season of Master Duel, because I don't want to explain my reasoning for these cards, but the next month I'm like, actually it didn't work, because these are still in testing phase. Things could change in the next few weeks, but I'm confident with this deck build so far. But listen, now it's time for the most important thing, the combo guide. I've seen a few combo guides and they all just do the same generic Promoter combo, and I'm just like, bro, Battling Boxers can do more. I'm going to show you now what they can do. But before I do, if you are new to my channel and aren't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all my content, especially if you love your Battling Boxers, or to be updated when I live stream. Now, let's get on with the combos. Okay, so first, I'm going to show you the 1 card combos, then the 2 card combos, and then ending with 1 3 card combo. However, the 3 card combo is not like completely new combo. It's the same as a 2 card combo, but you get to end with both your counter traps because you started with an extra monster. Alright, so first we will do the generic promoter combo just in case you are completely new to this deck and you want to see what promoter does. We will show you now. Actually, first, you don't even need me on screen anymore, so bye. So get rid of him. You bring out Uppercutter. At this point, because it's a 1-card combo, you wouldn't need to bring out Chief since there's nothing else you can normal summon right after. So just bring out Glassjaw, as he can just return cards back to your hand. With Uppercutter, you would search, really, you would search Flamvel, but it's already in my hand. So let's just pretend that was something else and you would search Flamvel, and let's pretend instead I had Switch Hitter in my hand already. Go into King Dempsey. And then King Dempsey, you would then search the other counter trap. So with 1 card, you get 2 counter traps. And King Dempsey, when you use his effect, you can't be targeted. Well, any Battlin Boxer monster can't be targeted for the rest of the turn. And that would leave 4 cards in your hand. 4 hand traps or, well, whatever else. Alright, so now we're going to use the Uppercutter 1-card combo. However, he has 2. For the first one, we're going to show you the safe option, so we can play around Nibiru. The first card we search for is Spara. Special summon. Go into King Dempsey. And then King Dempsey, of course, searches the counter trap. Very simple. 1 card with Uppercutter, you get King Dempsey and a counter trap, and then 4 cards remaining in hand. This doesn't look that powerful, but just imagine you had 4 hand traps with a counter trap. That's pretty powerful. Here is the second 1-card combo with Uppercutter, but it's a lot more risky because we could play into Nibiru and we won't end with the counter trap. But this will show you how we get into Promethean Princess, which again, I never see any other combos do, which is wild to me. So you get Spara, special summon. Instead of going to King Dempsey, we go to I Sold. With I Sold, we add Chief Second. Now, the amazing thing about this, Chief Second has a secondary effect that if your opponent attacks a warrior or fire monster, you can negate the attack and then banish 1 monster on the field until end phase. And it doesn't even have to be the attacking monster. It could be, if they had 2 monsters on field, you could banish the other. And it doesn't target. And then you're good pretty much for that turn, most likely, unless they have more than 2 monsters. This effect will be slept on, I'm telling you now. When you add Chief Second, people will not even read his other effect, and they will just attack into what you have on the field and then use his effect. That's a free monster on the field and you stop there, basically battle phase. Now we use Isold's effect, send Durandal, special summon Renaud. With Renaud, you search, you add back Durandal. Now with Durandal, you search another Spara. Now we go into Promethean Princess. Promethean Princess will bring back Uppercutter, special summon Spara. Go into King Dempsey. With King Dempsey, we can now search either the third Spara, Shadow, since we can detach Dempsey, or we could use the second Renaud since we can special summon him. But in this case, I'm just going to do Shadow. Use Shadow's effect. Detach the Spara. Make sure to keep Uppercutter as a material. So next turn, when you do detach with King Dempsey, you can then use Uppercutter's second effect, which is in the graveyard. When sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon a Battlin Boxer from the graveyard or set a counter trap from the graveyard to your field. Now we go into Whale. We don't have the counter trap like the previous combo, but what this does, it has a lot more follow-ups for the next turn. So if we somehow do manage to survive, I mean, firstly, we would have 5 cards in hand, 1 being Chief Second as well. And we have a Promethean Princess pop. And then if they did destroy the Promethean Princess, we get a non-targeting pop as well. As I mentioned before, if they do try to just attack over us, we have Chief Second to negate the attack and banish a monster. So I feel like we do have a very good chance of surviving the turn, because with King Dempsey, unless they have like a Mirror Jade or something that doesn't target to get rid of King Dempsey and get rid of our Link, we should be all good. Again, this was from one card. Just a single uppercutter brings you Promethean Princess in the grave, Link 4 and a King Dempsey. People are sleeping on Battlin Boxers. The potential they have is actually much greater than just using Promoter. Alright, so the first of the 2-card combos, you need Promoter and either, well, luckily for me, Sparer, Shadow or Saitama. So as usual, first summon Promoter, use his effect, bring out Uppercutter and Chief Second. Now with Uppercutter, search for Switch Hitter. With Switch Hitter, summon him, use his effect to bring back Promoter. Make sure you go into Dempsey with Promoter, that's a must, since you need to put him back into the grave. With King Dempsey, you can search the trap, add, use his effect, get rid of Promoter, special summon Sparer. But if you had Shadow, you wouldn't need to use King Dempsey's effect since you can just detach with Shadow. But if you have Sparer, then you would have to detach. And I should mention, if you had Saitama, you would have to go into King Dempsey with Promoter and Saitama. Make sure it's them two, since you can't boost up Saitama's level with Promoter. So now we use Promoter's effect, all level 5, bring out Kaiser, and then set. So with 2 cards, we managed to get a monster negate, can't be targeted, and a counter trap, and still 3 cards in hand. Let's do the Uppercutter 2-card combo. But there's 2 Uppercutter 2-card combos, depending on what you start with. This is the first one. Let's go. With Uppercutter, you search the trap. Usually it would again be cross counter, but since we opened it up, we get to search Flamvel instead. Special summon Sparer, go into Isold. With Isold, search Chief. Honestly, I love this. I love that we get to use Chief's hand trap effect. It's basically a battle fader and a Farfar in one. Like he's gonna be great. With Isold, get rid of 1 equip. Special summon Renaud, use Renaud's effect. Add back the Durandal. With Durandal, we add another Sparer. Now we go into Promethean. With Promethean, we bring back Uppercutter. Technically, you could bring back Sparer, but let's just go with Uppercutter. Special summon Sparer. Go into King Dempsey. Now with King Dempsey, we add Shadow. Use his effect, and now we go into the whale. And then we set the trap what we would have searched. So, with Promoter, we had Kaiser, Dempsey, and a counter trap. And with Uppercutter, we get King Dempsey, the whale, Promethean Princess in the grave, and the counter trap. In my opinion, this is why I said I would rather have Uppercutter. I think this board is more powerful. Yes, Kaiser can negate a special summon, which is powerful. If someone wants to go into Baron, you can negate that. But this has so much more follow-ups. And you get to search Chief Second. If they destroy this, you can bring up Promethean Princess. And if they destroy Promethean Princess, you get a free non-targeting pop. And if they didn't destroy Promethean Princess, you can then special summon your King Dempsey if it's in the graveyard, and then get a search of King Dempsey, and then you can start off more plays from there. Like, it's crazy. This has a lot more follow-up potential. Here is the other 2-card combo with Uppercutter instead with Saitama. So we normal summon Uppercutter, search the counter trap, and we will use Saitama's effect to normal summon itself. Now, obviously, we can't go into Isold now since Saitama isn't a warrior. So we go into King Dempsey. With King Dempsey, we search out Sparrow. Sparrow special summon himself. And now you go into ISO. And then from here, you do very similar stuff. Add the chief second, send the equip, usual stuff. Add back the Randall, get another Sparrow, go into your Promethean. So at this point, we would have to special summon the King Dempsey. It will have no materials, but you at least have him for your counter trap. Special summon the Sparrow you just added, and now you go into Whale. And there you go. Another reason why you should play Saitama, because of this. There you have it. I did say I was going to show you a 3-card combo, but you know what? There's no point, because as I mentioned in the beginning of the combos, it's the exact same as the 2-card combos. The only difference is you don't have to search Sparrow with King Dempsey. You would already have an extra Battlin Boxer or Saitama in your hand, so you wouldn't need to search for that extra monster. You can then search for both counter traps. Having 2 counter traps with a Promethean Princess in the grave, the Whale on field with King Dempsey, strong board. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this combo guide. I honestly don't know why I didn't see these in other guides, because I think going into Promethean Princess makes this deck a lot more powerful. I mean, firstly, Promethean Princess is powerful, but secondly, she really helps for the follow-up turns. I'm going to be grinding with this deck for next season. I will get this deck to Master 1, and then when I do, I will do a deck profile, a proper deck profile of why I'm using certain cards, why is this ratio, why don't I play this card, and so on. As mentioned in the beginning of this video, if you do want to follow my journey with Battlin Boxers, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Now, I hope you enjoyed the combo guide, and to my fellow boxing fans, we finally got the boxers. Until next time, Slauser is out.